Greetings and welcome to Top Song, the show where we give you our unasked for top songs at any given time. And this week's band is Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Oh, me breathe.
I don't know what all that was. With me today, they called him the Saturday Night Special in high school, Ed. That smell, Jason.
Dude, what the fucking hell, man? This asshole.
He's a country boy, Hillary.
Honky tonk.
Honky tonk. I almost used the honky tonk one for you there, and I should.
And he rewrote Sweet Home Alabama to Sweet Home Colorado, the damn Yankee Joe.
That's right. That carpetbagger.
Yankee Joe. That has a ring to it.
Hashtag Yankee Josephus.
Yankee Doodle Josephus.
We'd also like to give a shout out to Janet.simp in the Discord. Love the TLC. And Jeremy the Eggman from the Facebook group. Who here knows the Eggman?
Eggman.
I know of an Eggman, but I don't think it's the same one.
Eggman was like the coolest dude in high school.
He's still cool. We ran into him not too long ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. Yeah.
I ran
such
into
a good
somebody
guy.
who graduated the same year you did recently, Jason. And I don't know their name, but I mentioned you, and they were like, maybe.
What was her name?
No idea. Zero. Great story, huh? Great story.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew him. Yeah, they were cool.
Janet has been showing off some really badass albums here lately. So those have been really fun to see.
Oh, yeah, she got Michael Jackson, and she's looking for TLC. I don't know if it's she, they are looking for TLC.
Housekeeping. Please subscribe to us right here on this YouTube. We watch this thing daily. We watch our subscription numbers daily, so we want that to keep going up because that makes us happy. And if it doesn't go up, Hillary cries. I don't know what Ed's doing. Is that a sad face, Ed, or a happy face?
No, smiling.
Okay, there we go. So we're happy we do that. Also, you can join our Patreon. We have 3 different tiers. We have a gold, we have a silver, we have a bronze. Silver and above get an exclusive video. Gold gets to pick an album or an artist for us to do, like our good buddy So Fucking Rad, who we didn't mention in the last video, our bad buddy. He picked Weezer for us, and we'll be doing that next week. So we
next week.
You get to see that Patreon pick for that. So come be a part of the Patreon. You can pick us to do your favorite band, like Vanessa Carlton.
And be nice to Ed. Pick somebody with like 5 albums.
Yeah, eight songs per track. So Ed, what I did notice is that Rancid thing that you showed me there when their new album comes out in June. I have no idea when this comes out, but it's like 26 minutes long with 16 songs. So I was like, all right, now that's what I'm talking about. That's where we're going.
We could swap out Offspring, do Rancid that week.
Rancid is the band we're never going to do. That's kind of our gag one, and the Gaslight Anthem. Okay, nothing. We need
And I think we're scared of doing Green Day, honestly, because they got some.
No, it's on the list now.
Yeah,
it's coming out in
So
September.
it is?
Yeah,
we're trying to theme some things.
Wait, but that's when Billy Joe sleeps, though.
And that's why we're doing a
Why you
theme.
gotta pick September?
because we're gonna wake them up
That's right.
with your bad takes.
Ooh, it's gonna be rough. I can't wait to tell y'all my terrible takes. Okay,
And we got a special guest with a shout out to Grease's Pork and Beans. Hillary Grimes with us today.
Oh, yeah, Grease's pork and beans. It comes in a can. It's pork and it's beans.
I love that tagline.
We've known him since we were in high school, and I told him back then, hey, if I give somebody a nickname, it sticks. He said, no, it doesn't. His name is still Grease to this day.
Well, that's because I showed up and I had grease on my pants. You just fell off the roof of your house.
Should have been on the roof.
Yeah, I mean, there were other nicknames. You know, we let bygones be bygones. We let those pass on through. Grease is sticking.
Yeah, that's what Dort Joe stuck with me.
Yeah, Dort Joe.
Me and Hillary moved to college together. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was an interesting trip. All those rides back and
forth.
forth.
It was great.
Hillary used to wake me up every day. So I'm going to go off on a little tangent here. After I graduated, he'd wake up every day around 11 o'clock with a 5 for 5 from Arby's. He'd say, "Here you go, home," because he called me Homer. And I'd eat Arby's and drink my coffee every morning. Till one day an Army recruiter knocked on the door and I answered in my boxers thinking it was Hillary. And it was the United States Army.
So, brother, I'm looking for 5 for 5 here. What you got?
That was 5 for 5. Cheddar beef.
Yep.
I remember 5 for 5. That's what I lived off for a long time.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah, that was a fun old person.
see, this is why I put those, markers in the on the YouTube, the time skip, so you can just skip past all this crap and get to the songs.
Or you could get to know us. We like you. You should like us. We demand it. Okay, so top songs. We pick our top songs of any given album. Today is Lynyrd Skynyrd. Breeze, go ahead and give us your number 5 song.
So my number 5 is actually new to me. Honky Tonk Nighttime Man. I had to slip it in there.
Yeah, you did. I'd have been disappointed if you didn't.
What album is it?
Street Survivors. Just because doing this, listening to these albums, I discovered that song. So, man, it's so good. My notes are, holy shit, why have I not listened to this one? Badass jam, new fave.
I always assume that's where you got
Hillary,
the whole thing from.
Hillary, if you do us a favor, could you take a picture of your notes and if you want to, and put it on Discord because I want to see. Holy shit! Just like you wrote it. But anyways, go ahead.
I can't see any of that, but that's awesome.
Number 5. Number 5.
Yeah, it says holy shit.
Oh,
I might have been able to blow that up, but
5 one right
it
there.
would take me a minute.
Get you a PDF scanner.
All right, excellent. Ed, give me your number 5.
I'm gonna go with That Smell. I like the song.
Fuck you, Joe.
Like Jason said, every time there was a smell. Ooh, that smell. Ooh. It's just a good tune, and it's fun.
Oh no!
I did not know that it was about a sad situation up until recently, but I've always had fun singing that song. So
we forgot our new segment, Joe.
No, we're gonna do it after my number 5 because I remember we forgot it as we started, and then we're gonna do it after we give our 5th one there.
All right.
So Jason, give me your number 5.
All right, let me get my notes here. All right, my number 5 is off of Skinner's First and Last. Now, we didn't cover this one on the Rant and Rank. It's technically not a new album, or a studio album, but this is just a great Southern rock song about having a good time. It's just a party song. Again, the female vocals, we kind of mentioned that in That Smell. They kill it in this song. It might be because my dad's he probably played this record a lot. It's just do some down south juking, looking for a peace of mind. It's just a good Southern rock song.
What's the name of the song?
Down south juking.
Down south juking. Okay.
You can hear it in our playlist below, or over here, or over there, or somewhere.
It'll be at the end. It'll be at the end of the video. I tried doing that with the last one, and it just didn't work.
Oh, I got you.
I figured it out, but it's not worth it. Stay till the end, then you'll find the playlist.
There you go. My number 5 is going to be Poison Whiskey off Pronounced.
Oh, that's a good one too.
I really could have pretty easily done a top 10 here for Lynyrd Skynyrd. So I've kind of mixed in my top 10 through my top 5. So there are going to be some songs that I don't touch because I assume someone else is, but they would definitely be in my list. But Poison Whiskey,
Same.
First time I heard it, the first listen through Pronounced, I heard Poison Whiskey, and I was like, I like this song. I think this is good. And I went through a second time, and I was like, I think this is one of my top songs. This is great. This is just good stuff.
Poison Whiskey's fucking good, dude.
Yeah. So we missed a step here, that something fun that Jason and I did. Ed's, we didn't tell Hillary about it, but Ed's mom doesn't listen to Lynyrd Skynyrd, to my knowledge.
I asked Hillary. He didn't have any data for us either.
So we
And
asked
you
our
don't know my
moms.
mom, dude.
You-
she could totally listen to what you're trying to say.
You told me
just
this
profile
last
my
week.
mom.
Yeah, you
Last
told us
week
this
you told
last
us
week.
this.
You just profiled my mom.
You profiled your mom.
You profiled her. You said she didn't speak English,
That's
but
right.
if she did, she probably listened to Lynyrd Skynyrd.
That's right.
Yeah, she loves like rock music. So yeah. she
So
probably
we ask our moms their top 5. And,
Mom songs.
little mom song action here. So,
Susie
Jason, start
Margolis.
off with a Miss Pam. Miss Pam shout out. Love
All right, Miss Pam, my mother. I asked her favorite 3 Lynyrd Skynyrd songs, and it was "Saturday Night Special," "That Smell," and of course, "Simple Man."
Awesome. So my mom
tell her to listen to the Shinedown covered acoustic one.
is not going to listen to Shine Down. My
Don't,
mom, I love you.
You know,
Shout out to
you know this channel. You know who to listen to and who don't.
That's right. So my mom told me her top 3 songs were Mississippi Kid, Things Going On, and Simple Man. She gave me like 6 more
The
songs.
moms, dude, man, they like Simple Man.
Uh-huh.
The original Simple
Of
Man.
course, it's a mom talking to their son. You know.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Like,
We'll get to that.
Okay. Ed, give us your number 4.
yeah, Shinedown, Simple Man. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. But seriously, y'all, check it out.
Slap.
I'm not crazy. It's a good song. It's a good song. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna for this one. I am gonna go with Freebird.
There you go, Joe. We're even.
Son of a
It's
bitch.
it's a good tune. What? Where are you even? What happened?
We made a little bet,
Made a little wager.
Oh.
and
Okay.
this time you paid off for me. Last time during the Flogging Molly video, you let me down.
Yep.
But I bet Joe $1 that Freebird would be one of your songs.
I was like, this man ain't gonna pick Freebird because he doesn't like Stairway to Heaven. It's the same kind of iconic,
But you fucking
overplayed
can't.
song.
Well, it's not that I don't like Stairway to Heaven. It's just that I just think it's overplayed. And Freebird I can jam to, like Jason said. It is a good jam tune, but I just don't like it that people request it every time I'm playing live. And it's annoying.
Play Freebird.
I can jam to it, but I don't want you asking for it.
Check out the
That's-
playlist below to hear Freebird.
That's right.
I mean, dude, you can't knock it. It's a classic. If it's not in your top 10 of this band, I mean, you're just crazy.
Mhm.
Because this is such a. I mean, anybody, dude, you can like any genre of music. Freebird, you know that song, even if you don't. It's not you know the song, you know. So yeah,
It's hard to like disassociate it with like Jen A.
yeah, exactly. Jen A.
Jason, give us your number 4.
My number 4 is going to be this is a good one. This is the Railroad Song.
Yeah.
I fucking love this song. It sounds like the music sounds like a train rolling down the line, and that harmonica. Oh my god, that harmonica is fire. Again, this is another one of those Ronnie songs. It paints a picture, tells a story. You can visualize it. And the ideal of this song is just getting on a train, traveling around just to learn different types of music from different people. It's real poetic. It's a really good song off of Nothing Fancy.
Nice. My number 4 is going to be, I just looked at it, Give Me 3 Steps.
Give me 3 steps. Give me 3 steps.
You got to sing it.
I think this is a pretty funny song. I thought it was a little more risque than it actually is after reading the lyrics. I always thought this was, we were in a bedroom somewhere, but it was just at a dance hall. Mister, I didn't even kiss her. So it's just a fun song. I like it a lot. Hillary, give us number 4 for you.
Number 4 is Simple Man. For me. Just classic. I can listen to it. It's really fun to play on guitar from what I remember. It's been a while since I played guitar, but it was just a fun song. Simple Man.
Hey, 2 out of 2 moms approve of this. All right. I forgot who I was on now for next. I think it is Hillary went, Ed went. Jason, I think you're up first.
Oh, I thought I went last time.
Maybe you did. I don't know. I don't remember. My mind's bad.
This let's see. Oh, that's good. That's good. I get to talk about this one before anybody else does. All right. My number 3 is going to be off of Give Me Back My Bullets. All I can do is write about it. This is a hidden gem right here. Notes here. It kind of reminds me of Southern Accents by Tom Petty. Like it has that feel. It's just a song about love in the South, the small town, simple life. I really wish I would have heard this one sooner. I my notes are on my computer. I usually print them out, but my printer's fucked. The lyrics right here are so good. And Lord, I can't make any changes. All I can do is write them in a song. Because if I see the concrete is slowly creeping, Lord, take me in mind before that comes. It's just a simple song about the simple life, and it is a hidden gem for sure.
I agree. It is.
Yeah. And I don't think that's on many people's top 5 or even top 10 list as far as Skynyrd. It's a hell of a song.
It's not on one of their best albums, but make it to the end of that album and listen to this song. It's so good.
They had that one deep. My number 3 is Tuesday. Tuesday's Gone. Off of Pronounced. Yeah, is it pronounced? My notes are all jacked up here. Yes.
Yeah, it's on their greatest hits.
Yeah, it's on their greatest hits out. Like I said in a previous video, it just reminds me of a time whenever I was in the backseat of a Pontiac, whatever they make, Firebird, Thunderbird, Mockingbird. It just brings me that beginning, that just opening when him saying "Train rolls on." Just love that song. I love how it sounds.
That guitar. Do, 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 do.
So it's good stuff. Good stuff. Ed, give us your number 3.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Tuesday's Gone with the Wind. Tuesday's Gone. It's a good song. It's been an iconic parts of movies, and people have. I mean that intro lick of that song is pretty classic. You know what song is coming on right when you hear it. Mm-hmm. And for the longest time, I didn't know it was Skynyrd. I don't know who I thought it was, but I wasn't really much into this kind of genre or time of music, so I didn't really know who song that was. I don't know if I thought it was like Allman Brothers or something like that. Like I just didn't know who wrote it, but later on I was like, okay, I know the album now. So, but yeah, it's a good song.
Nice. Hillary, what's your number 3?
Oh shit! Let me look at my notes. Tuesday's Gone's a good song, by the way. But let's see. Number 3 is going to be "The Ballad of Curtis Lowe." Going to be on Second Helping. Love this song. Used to get excited as a kid, and it came on the radio. And like you were saying earlier, Homer, they've got a good way of painting a picture when they make these songs. I had to put it at number 3.
That's lower than I thought you'd go with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a higher pick for you.
Yeah, that one I had to move off my top 5. It was close. That is a damn good song.
I've got a couple you guys have already talked about that I had to move off my top 5. That I'm like, why? They're good too. How do you just get 5 out of all these songs?
Hillary's over there editing his notes.
That's right.
No, I'm writing down new ones.
Yeah.
Listen to some new shit.
My number 2, I'm following right behind you, Hillary, the Ballad of Curtis Lowe. So, obviously, I'd heard the song previously, but a buddy of mine in high school, Dustin, shout out if you ever watch.
You better be watching.
Yeah, better be
You
subscribed.
better be subscribed.
So he played this song a lot. Like he had, it was crazy. I don't know what kind of car he had, but he had like this crazy sound system. You know, there was a bunch of speakers in the back and bass, and it made a bunch of rattling noise. And
Hey, was it better than my speaker system in my car when we used to listen to No Use for a Name?
no, that's the perfect example of how to listen to No Use for a Name. I mean, that is the premium. If you could set up a station that sounded like your car, it would be perfect for No Use for a Name listening to. But we were listening to, you know, he had all kinds of early 2000 rap going on with bass and things of that nature. And just a lot of fun songs. And then he would play the Ballad of Curtis Lowe a bunch. And I was
awesome.
like, man, this is a weird, you know, it's weird because of what you have in your car that we're listening to this. But he and I listen to that song all the time. And I just fell in love with it. Great song. I know I talked a little bit about it. I love how he, you know, there's certain words that he says about, you know, like tune up your dobro. How he says that line is just really, really cool.
That song is where I learned what a dobro was when I was younger.
They were calling me a dobro for years, but it was just because I was, you know, I worked at pizza. And I was doughy.
He ain't going down to pizza somewhere again.
Why do we always end up talking about pizza in these shows?
We did. It's what it is. Ed, give me your number 2.
I am gonna go with Simple Man. I like the song. I like the covers that's come from the song. I like the topic of the song. I love my mama, and you know she's always giving me some good advice, you know, in Spanish, but not in English. But they kind of go along the same lines, you know, and it's really cool how, again, like Hillary said, they're good at painting pictures and telling stories. You know,
You should do a Spanish cover of this acoustic.
Ooh.
Thought about it,
We'll put it
but
on
I gotta call the
Patreon.
guy from Shinedown first to come and join me.
Okay, hey. At whoever you are on Shinedown, whoever the lead singer is there.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but yeah, Simple Man. Good tune.
And what we really need from you is we need to hear some of this advice that your mom gives you, because it might help
Well, she
us.
tells me never to listen to you, so that's I always follow that one.
No, but you got to say it in Spanish. But you have to say it in Spanish. Don't listen to Joe
No
in
Joe,
Spanish.
no Joe, no Joe.
No Josephus.
No,
Hey, it's
Josephus.
It's international.
She won't
No
let you go
Josephus.
hungry either. I do know that.
Yeah, my mama didn't cook, dog.
She always cooking.
Man, my favorite line from Simple Man is "Troubles will come and they will pass." I mean, that's just such a good song that like that line stands out to me. That
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, we ain't done talking about that song yet.
oh, okay.
There you go.
I don't know it.
Hillary, give us your number 2.
Oh shit, I got a 2. Tuesday's go.
2 for Tuesday.
So I'll read my notes. Train roll on. That's like the Alabama song. And riding my blues day. Goodbye.
Sorry.
We're going to get DMCA'd.
I'm not in the Pontiac, but you know,
Yeah.
it's a classic.
Hey, that
So-
golf cart back there looks just like it'll give you the same nostalgic memories.
So I've listened to it in the golf cart cruising around town. Yeah. Did we lose that?
Oh, we lose Ed?
He's back.
He's back.
What just happened?
Back
Is that a
again.
New recording? Ed is
No, Tuesday's gone. I mean, it's Tuesday's gone. Like, I had to put it at number 2.
Gotcha.
I'm going to follow right behind Hillary and put Tuesday's Gone. The reason I was laughing is because my notes say, I guess I like train songs. This one was just epic. Everything about it, the lyrics, the way Ronnie sings it, the music. It's got to be one of the most epic girl leaves guy songs ever written. And the fact that this was on their debut album is insane to me.
They were just already big before the debut album.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the first album's so good.
They were well rehearsed. They you know they had their little shack. They like honed that shit tight.
They lived music.
Yeah.
There's a different breed of musicians back then too, man. Like like we were talking about earlier. It's this the skill level that they were able to get coming from nothing, and then the originality of mixing sounds. Like we talked about, blues and gospel and rock, and and is to have all these ideas and not be afraid to put them out there. That kind of you don't see that anymore. A lot of times music is so polished now that it comes out as certain packages.
Kind
But
of wish we could do that more
back
now.
then it was just it was a different vibe for musicians and how they worked at their art. So you don't hear. That's why you don't hear stuff like this anymore very much.
Hillary left us here for a moment. Hopefully, he'll be right back. Yeah, I agree. I like the. This first album is just so good. It's so crazy everything that came afterwards. They're just cut, edit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
definitely
mean,
a no.
we
It's not. It's a no skip. Like you don't. This is one of those albums we talked about. You just don't skip tracks.
we were like Nirvana, like, yeah, Bleach is good, but they did better. Or Everclear, the first album was okay, but they did better. Same with Veruca Salt, but and Lynyrd Skynyrd just nailed it out of the park, like right out the gate.
Yeah, they didn't. There's nowhere for them to go, which was kind of something we probably should have talked about.
I mean, honestly though, they were a band for so long before that first album came out. Those songs were so polished that they like they had them.
And you can tell they suffered with that, with the follow up, with being on working for MCA, and having a time schedule and a crunch that they didn't have enough time to. A lot of bands, that happens to a lot of bands where they don't take the time to. We'll get to that with Weezer, actually, where they're just spitting stuff out, and it's just like, but if you slow down, take the time, perfect your songs, hone them in, and you can come out with something brilliant.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Now every musician is used to the single. It's, oh, we gotta have a single every 6 months. I'm like, no, take some time off, work on an album. Like take a year off, work on a good album, put it out. You don't have to put a single out. It's not the same way that people used to do things.
And I can I have a back and forth listening to a lot of the bands that I like. Is I think an album a year isn't a terrible thing if you're in a groove. Because I thought like the Lawrence Arms hit a groove and they were putting out an album every year, or Alkaline Trio hit a groove every year.
No, not Lawrence Arms, man. They usually took time.
I thought they had like an album a year for 2 or 3 years.
No, they spaced their shit out. Now, Alkaline Trio, yeah, they can spit them out, but hopefully we recorded all that.
Yeah, we did. It was
okay.
that was
a good conversation. We were just talking about Hillary's bald head.
That's right.
Yeah, well, apparently I dropped out, so I had to rejoin.
So let's get to our number one picks, and let's start off with Ed. Give me number one.
Well, I'm just gonna be trendy. I just pick Sweet Home Alabama. I mean,
Really?
this is their best known song. I like the song. It's not a bad song. It's just it's controversial, and that's okay. Artists have to be controversial, and I respect that. It's a good time capsule. It talks about specific things that were going on at the time, and I think a lot of people also need to, when you go back and listen to it, the older generation can go back and remember, and the newer generation can go back and learn. It's one of those time capsules, I think, that happens in music, because all the references that they have, about Neil Young and the Governor and all this stuff that was going on, civil rights.
Watergate doesn't bother me.
Yeah, Watergate, like it's just Nixon, right? So it's got like all these references that young people can listen to and be like, Watergate, like what was that? And then go back and look up what it was. So this is a time capsule, but it's very, very cleverly put together. and very well written. Controversial, but a good song.
It's very ambiguous with its.
They
I
play
always,
with it. Yeah.
yeah, I always took the whole like Watergate doesn't bother me. Does your conscience bother you? As in like a, there's some good old boys from down there in Florida. And, they're just like,
Mhm.
politics up north. They just don't involve us. That's how I always took that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Southern man mentality that obviously they grew up with. That's what they have. The Yankees are going by Yankee stuff. Southerners are going by Southern stuff. It's just what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the whole,
Yankees come
they
up
use the
life.
Confederate flag for, their logos and stuff, and they did that because they went to England, and they were, England overseas, the U.S. was just the U.S. It was all, New York was the image, and they're like, no, we're not from there. We're from the South. We're completely different. So that's why they started using that imagery, and over time, yeah, it's been, not to get too political or whatever, that it is a very bad image and represents something bad. But for the time, they weren't. I don't think they were using it for that. They were using it for
Southern
as a
rock.
Southern, yeah, not what it means now. Or it's a very interesting song.
You
It's an
also got to
interesting band.
understand too. That'd be a good point to put in here that these are not necessarily historians that are working. They're Southern boys in a rock band. You know what I
Right. I
mean?
mean, it's just a
They
bunch of
don't. They
swamp
don't.
boys.
They
They
up.
fish. They,
Yeah. They like to
you
drink
know,
beer and play rock
And
and
they're
roll.
making history.
Like they don't. They don't really know about like. I mean, they grew up because their daddy, mommy told them like this represents the South, and they don't. I'm sure they went, but they didn't teach these things back then. They didn't really teach what you know what I mean. They taught about the
yeah,
Civil War, but they didn't get into depth, and it wasn't all of everybody wasn't
right.
as connected as they are now. So it was a whole different time. So I think people need to understand too. These boys were just Southern boys, rock and rollers that just said, "Hey, this identifies us," and they didn't might have not known all that it brought with them. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody writes a song called Southern Man, or um, Alabama, a Neil Young song, you go poke fun back. But wait a minute now, we're not all like that. We're
Yeah.
Southern Man
Yeah.
don't need you around anyhow.
Uh,
For the record,
Jason,
I do like Neil Young. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
everybody here likes Neil Young.
I'm a
I
fan.
don't know.
I'm a fan. Jason, give us your number one.
All right, my number one is going to be Simple Man. Told you we talk about it again. So
Oh,
what?
Hey, you
that's a
can
good
throw
song.
the Shinedown version on the playlist,
All right, well
and
this
people
is
can listen to it.
Look, we ain't the
ho-
shit.
hold up. This is my revised notes here. All right, Simple Man. This song cannot be covered as good as the original artist did. This has always been this has always been one of my favorite Lynyrd Skynyrd songs. When your mom tells you at a very early age to listen to this song, means every word. It kind of sticks with you. Um, I loved playing the expert drums in Rock Band, and I don't know if you guys ever played Rock Band, but I was the drummer, and I had me a little boom mic set up where I could do the vocals at the same time, and I'd just be like, "Cause I'm a simple." Um, the lyrics: "Forget your lust for the rich man's gold. All you need is in your soul, and you can do this if you try. All that I want for you, my son, is to be satisfied." The song just hits. Like it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to my mom. And it was a very like, because I mean, I don't just show off. I got all these vinyls, these old vinyls. Because I mean, this was my parents' generation, and they lived this stuff. They didn't just listen to music casually. They loved music, and my sister's named after Sweet Melissa. So embedded that my love of music is from my parents. So Simple Man will always be my number one Skinner song.
Yeah. My number one Skynyrd song is Mississippi Kid. Um, so this was the song that my mom taught me the lyrics to, and her and I would kind of sing along as we were riding around. Whereas Tuesday's gone because of how iconic the beginning is and the guitar in it and how it sounds, and that brings me back. Mississippi Kid is the one that we used to sing along with each other together. So I've always had a very fond place in my heart for this song. I didn't realize it was called Mississippi Kid for a long time as I was growing up, because they were talking about going to Alabama. So whenever it was like Mississippi Kid, I was like, really? We didn't. What's all this about going to Alabama? But I really love this song. Once again, a lot of childhood memories come through Southern rock and country and those type of things. So very, very near and dear to me. Hillary, what is your number one?
Well, first, I want to read my Mississippi Kid notes. Steel guitar and harmonica goodness. Good blues. Damn good song, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you gotta take a picture of that post in the Discord for real.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
I'll edit in the video. I'll put it where everybody can read it.
But my number one's got to be Sweet Home Alabama. Turn it up. And my notes are fuck Neil Young's Alabama Man. I don't want to reignite politics, but you know what? Fuck it. All right, I grew up with the song. It's on the state fucking sign. I dance to it every time. I love it. Even now, I haven't heard enough of it.
All right. I mean, once again, I love Sweet Home Alabama. I think it's great. You're in it at Alabama football games all the time.
So that's the problem, though. 'Cause now, Ed and I from Auburn, and, damn.
That's right. It's crazy that the two Auburn guys went number one. Now, and I don't go to Auburn football games very often.
It's talking
Like
about
ever.
the state, Joe. It's not talking about your stupid school. Okay?
The school rivalry's big, man.
It is huge. Well, and they play that in the stadium a lot. You know, they roll tide roll. Do they do that in Auburn? Is it like
Stop saying
War
those
damn-
words.
War Damn Beagle? Do they talk about the Beagles in there? Do they do
What
the
is
same
the
thing?
slap button? Can somebody hit the slap button?
I'm going to have to mail y'all some slaps.
That's right.
Open the box. And boom, there's a slap.
The first class, baby. First class.
Virtual slap.
Hey, go Gators! I'm a true Skynyrd fan. You see,
Hey!
Yeah.
Now, in all honesty,
Florida.
talking about Southern boys at the Gators game now, they play Tom Petty, "One Back Down."
that's
They
right.
sing
Tom
that like
Petty,
the whole
Florida, too.
the whole stadium sings that.
Huh.
It's pretty cool to watch. If you can YouTube videos of it too. Like during the halftime, they play "One Back Down" and the whole stadium sings along. You know, he's from Gainesville, Tom Petty, so makes sense. but,
Rock City.
yeah.
All right. Well, any closing parting words from anybody? Anybody want to say anything more about their top songs or songs in general or football?
Yeah, and I think I want to reiterate the point that, you know, it's good to look at these bands also from the time of history they stood in and understand where they come from, you know, humble beginnings. And I admire that. I think that is really cool how they were able to make something of themselves. And it's amazing the amount of skill that band had. Just listening to those albums, I mean, the guitars are just solid from the first. We've covered so many bands where like the first album is like, well, it was their first album, you know. I mean, there's
Hashtag first album bias.
there's nothing of that here. Like it's just straight up like, I don't know, like Run DMC just in that music video kicking that door down is just like an explosion. You're like, what is this? You know, it's just so good. It's just a lot of good music coming out of this band. So
It would have been a real treat to like watch them live play like they do.
Yeah, I'm to tell you, listen to one more from the road. It's good. Like they're amazing live. They were.
and they
I'm
were
sure
one
they're
of the
still
first like huge rock acts. You know, like they were like they had the plane. You know, like Led Zeppelin. You know, they. I'm not saying the first, but they were like in that group of huge rock stars that were like in that level at the level they got.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Because they were good at what they did. They were really good at it. That's
yeah,
all
they knew what they were doing.
That's why their first album was the greatest hits. It was just, boom, here we are. Now what do we do?
Yeah, that was What year did that come out in? 73. I mean, that's early 70s.
73?
Yeah.
The early 70s.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, think
that's
about it though. That was like what the Beatles broke up in '69, right? I think yeah, '69
yeah.
before the
The
'70s.
Beatles
No,
were
I'm saying
more
though, like think
pop.
about the time frame though. Like it's just it wasn't that far from that, you know. Like
A
it's
lot happened
strange.
in music in that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably the biggest change in musical history up to that point was between the 60s and 70s, where you had the pop and the psychedelic of the 60s turn into what, like Zeppelin, what Zeppelin did, and
The
Skinner,
rock,
and
yeah.
there was a lot of amazing music for that time period. It didn't happen again until 1991, and it hasn't happened since, sadly.
I don't know. We're gonna get to it, but I think that pop punk thing was a. We just didn't notice it, but I think it was huge, bigger than we think it was,
No, pop
because that
punk was
has
just a
affected music.
phase.
It's still happening now, like it's still. So it's. I don't think it was just. Hey, we'll get to it later,
Yeah.
but I don't think it was
Ed's
just a
going to
phase.
change music for us now. You got to
Yep.
come up with a unique sound, Ed.
New album coming out soon.
Love it. Quickly, Ed or Hillary, any other party? Jason, any other parting words?
Oh, we gotta do ZZ Top.
Quickly
I want to do
now.
ZZ Top. Sorry, go ahead.
My beard's not long enough yet. I'm getting
That's
there.
right, almost there.
No, we're gonna do some Bob Seger and some
Bob Seger, yes.
CCR. We're gonna do CCR, Hillary.
Oh, snap.
Spoiler alert.
There you go. That'll be fun. All right, well, there you have it. This has been Top Songs by Lynyrd Skynyrd. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you and hope you enjoyed it. If you think we got it wrong or you want to tell us your top songs, please do so in the comments below and or in our Discord. We'd love to talk about it. We'd love to see it. It's a lot of fun to get to discuss music. We are very fortunate to be able to spend time with our people we enjoy, and we hope you enjoy us doing it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and let Jeremy Renner know all about us. He seems to be recovering well, but you know what? Maybe Hawkeye, we might make him better. We could make him better. I think so. I mean,
That
let the
Disney
man.
show with Hawkeye was really good, though.
It was really good.
It was really. Kingpin was back.
I mean, let the man listen to the healing sounds of us here at ODD. It may bring him back to 100% in no time. You don't know. You're not his doctor, and it could work. Who knows? Tell Jeremy Renner about us. He'll thank you for it. Until we see you next time, stay safe. Make great decisions.